to Ohio. I think that's what he said.
Oh, that's right. He's flying to Ohio today. We're all going to meet up in Ohio. I don't know if there are tickets left, but you got to go. And if you're not going there, we got Hack Your Health coming up in November.
Yeah, November. So exciting. I'm so excited for Hack Your Health. Yep, November 14th through 16th. Tampa Convention Center. And
carnivore is growing around the globe. The concept that plants are poisonous is beginning to set into the human race. Yeah. And I know you like your kale, but it's going to kill you. That's all it is, right?
I never loved it.
We got Brian, Terry, Sharon, Sandy, Dustin, and all stopping in this morning. It's great to have our amazing YouTubers, Facebook, Instagram, all of them, all stopping in for a moment of mastery to learn the story for our good friend Earl. And maybe you could start off. Well, let's see. What's our prize for the day? Hashtag KMT. Put it in, right?
Organ meat supplements. Organ meat supplements is
organ
the prize.
Meat supplements. All right. All
go.
right. Earl, why don't you jump in here? Tell us a little bit about yourself, about the carnivore lifestyle, and your journey to health and wellness.
Okay. It's just, well, I guess I would consider it a normal life, but that's because it's mine, I guess. But I grew up overweight all my life from a young age on up. I've been on diets on and off all my life. I started my first structured diet in probably early teens. Went to a physician's weight loss to lose weight. Didn't seem to work, didn't help. No matter what I did, everything I tried, I'd do that, and I just kept gaining weight. I'd lose for a little while, and then I'd get so hungry and tired, I'd start wanting to eat paint off the walls. So I'd go and start eat everything I could from then on. After I got my goal weight, then I'd be like, oh, now I can eat whatever I want. Which obviously that doesn't work. But yeah, I tried Nutrisystem. I tried just so many different things. Tried appetite suppressant pills for years. Then I was addicted. Like my diet to start, when I grew up, we weren't that well off, so we ate what we could, so we got the cheap foods, the Wonder Bread and, Miracle Whip and, all those good things, in the box macaroni and cheese. And my parents were Amish, and then we went Mennonite before I was born. But so we had some good cooked meals. My mom was a great cook, but we had to stretch things. So we had the mashed potatoes and gravy and all the good fixings. She could bake the best pies and everything around. So I really enjoyed those. I became a sugaraholic. I would eat cereals for breakfast. Of course, I always liked the Frosted Flakes and the Fruit Loops. All the sweetened stuff. Of course, the best part was the milk at the end, with all the sugar in it yet. But and then I would go to work with my dad in the summer times when we were in school, and I'd get a donut and a Mountain Dew for my breakfast and drink Mountain Dew all day instead of water. And so for years, that Mountain Dew was my favorite drink. I never really liked the really fizzy drinks. I still don't really like carbonation that much, but so water is perfectly fine now. But finally got those cut out, and just as time went on, in my early 20s, I was able to get down to about 204 pounds. I think was the lowest I can remember, and I think that was in my mid 20s. But then just so hungry, I just started eating again, and all of a sudden I had the weight back on and got up to around 320 was my highest weight. And then I started keto, probably back in 2001, lost about 60 pounds, I was feeling good. And then I got caught up in the keto treats, started eating those, and was like, man, these are good, but now I want the real thing. So then I got back off, fell off, and went back into eating the real desserts and stuff, because sweets was my downfall. And then in May or December of 2022, I was back up to 320 pounds again, and I was like, okay, this is enough. I gotta lose some weight because I was going to go over to Israel for a trip in May or end of April. So I managed to lose 30 pounds on a keto diet, and went on the trip, came back, and I'd gained 18 pounds. I was like, oh man, what's going on? Then I overheard my one of my pastors talking to one of the choir members about this lady that ate nothing but meat for 13 years. I was like, what in the world? I just kind of listened in, and then I heard her, he said her name, Kelly Hogan. So I looked it up on YouTube that night and started listening to her interview with Ken Berry. Finally got that. I listened to that, and 3 days later, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go in and try this. And that was May 7th of 2023, I believe. So I've been doing this for about 27, 28 months now. And I went in as a diet, and it's become a lifestyle for me. It's not something that I'm looking to, I'm not hungry very often. Yeah, for the first 2 years, I did one meal a day, and I was full and satiated, no problems. Yeah, I'd be a little hungry, but I can be hungry, and I'm down now. As of this morning, I'm down 100 pounds from 320 pounds. So I'm at 220. But the biggest surprise to me was the mental clarity, the losing depression and anxiety and things like that. Like I wouldn't have been able to come onto this live stream today 2 years ago. That's just not something I probably wouldn't have slept last night. I would have been up worrying about what I'm going to say, what are people going to think, just that whole mental thing, because trying in my own head to be so perfect. But yeah, other than that, yeah, just those are just some of the benefits that I didn't expect. So the side effect was losing weight. Get like Dr. Azadi says, you don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthy to lose weight, and then you lose weight. But yeah, that's basically my story in a nutshell. I'm sure there's plenty of things that I missed, but
it's I always wonder what other animal attempts to be skinny, number one, none, and fat, in my opinion, causes no disease, but it's the unhealthy, illogical plant-based diet, along with the ultra-processed boxed food we've been led to consume, right? Since and it's now it's an industry and a commodity, and it takes a community to help us all find a new way and a lifestyle, as you call it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What's your reason for coming on and sharing your story? And are you finding a community that's there to help us all on this journey?
Yeah. The reason I met you guys in Meatstock 2025 this year, and Ali had asked me if I wanted to be on. Right at first, I was like, no. But then I also went out to the SPG meetup out in Montana for July 4th, and met some people, met you again there, and met a few more people. And it's just, I've started to get the bug a little bit. So I'm going to be in Columbus tomorrow. I'm going to Hack Your Health later. I think I'm going to be going up to Montreal as well in September. So I'm kind of got that bug going. So I'm going to keep going, meeting everybody. And I've actually tried raw meat since I talked with you out in Montana as well. I still prefer it cooked a little bit more so, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, I'll be honest. So. But yeah, so and just meeting everybody and meeting community and getting to meet people. Hey, Dr. Nelson, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
And so, yeah, it's just meeting like-minded people in the community that makes you feel a little more normal, I guess, if whatever normal means. But
yeah, it is it's a very interesting thing. No other animal cooks their food. Mm-hmm. No other animal seeks variety. And no other animal has a book or someone else telling them what they should eat and what the proper macros and micros and amount of fat and protein and sugars that they should consume, right? So the simplicity of this is eat meat, and it's just a simple thing, and that's all it is. And
that's the main thing for me. That's what I love the most about this. Is so simple. You just grab some meat and animal products. Sometimes, I mainly eat meat. I do add butter and bacon, beef butter, bacon, and eggs, basically, and salt, of course. But then I had some cheese every now and then, but very rarely.
Yeah, I do a little cheese, Parmesan, blue cheese. Butter is my favorite. I mean, that's really my go-to in all of this. That has really been sort of. But again, steak, hamburger meat, ribeye, pretty much any cut. But I typically do ribeye and burger. Those are my go-tos. And yes, I do it rare to raw, raw to rare, right? Yeah. What does Lisa say?
She said, I'm surprisingly starting to like and want my meat more rare.
Again, it's overcooked meat. If you look at Pottinger's cats, it really is. We're burning the wood before you build the house, and the wood to build the house doesn't work as well when it's burnt.
Right.
And the same thing goes with cooked meat. And I slice up. Last night I cut the meat off the bone from the ribeyes, put a little chunks, a little salt, and I just ate it raw with lots of fat. And the adipose tissue is what we should be eating. And our body's adipose tissue is no more inflamed than any other cell of our body. It's and fat. And maybe Dr. Nelson could talk about does fat cause disease?
Nope.
Nope.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Dr. Nelson. Where are you today?
Still in San Diego, but flying later today to Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome. See you there tomorrow then, Dr. Nelson.
Is Nellie going
No,
to Ohio? Oh, okay.
no. She's going back to Florida on Sunday.
So
Oh.
tell me a little bit about why you go to the meetups, Earl.
Just to meet other like-minded people and going and just learning a little more than what I know. I mean, I listened to YouTube a lot, and I wanted to meet. Like last year, one of the reasons I went, it's like, I get to meet Kelly Hogan and Ken Berry and some of these that I've been listening to and watching. I usually end up listening to most podcasts on YouTube while I'm working, so I don't really see them. But so it's just getting to meet more people there and just a lot more like-minded people, and then hearing the other stories and makes me realize how blessed I have been. Hearing Dr. Berry one time, I think it was Dr. Berry, somebody said at one point, and that the lucky ones just get fat. Right at first I was a little offended by that, but then now I'm meeting all these people with diseases and other things that are just so horrible. It's like how my life is blessed, so that I want to help people as much as I can in any way I can, so.
And ultimately, the stress in general, getting fat is natural in a stressful environment, and in the environment of migration, hibernation, and disease, because that's the only fuel for the body, fat. And I've been working a lot on migration, and most animals, migrators have to get fat because sugar glucose is a glycosylating agent, not a energy agent. And the science to me has just made it so complicated. Now we're all arguing over science, but truly a polar bear, a bear, a butterfly does not gain fat. It cannot migrate. It's dead. ducks, many migratory birds, the only way they can migrate is through getting fat, and they go long time without eating.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've chastised fat, and maybe the real thing we need to work on is begin to stop chastising obesity as a disease,
Mm-hmm.
and helping people simply 2 weeks of carnivore, eliminating the plants or adding some fasting. But plants are deadly for humans because of the goitrogenic substances that are tumorigenic, and they contain chemicals which are androgenic or estrogenic or progestational, meaning that they contain the hormones that are in birth control pills or abortion pills.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Earl, have you sort of like this, the weight loss clinics of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, we're marketed to believe something's wrong with us.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, yeah, you don't think about it until you start getting healthier. And then we need fat and we need cholesterol for our brains to think clearly, and things like that. And yeah, I just remember too, like I never really liked plants that much, but I have to eat them. I mean, that's just what we've been taught, like Lauren Knight Hughes had been taught, told, and sold that this is something that we really need to do. And low fat, you don't eat anything with fat.
Right.
Grew up chicken breast and salads, and you can't put anything, all the good stuff you weren't allowed to put on it, But now, and yeah, and I understand that migration thing. How are you supposed to eat when you're traveling somewhere and there's no food? You can't prepare food while you're traveling unless you stop, and and you're not going to stop every 3 hours and cook something up, or you got to wait till evening. Eat once a day basically. But which now I'm started doing two meals a day normally now. I usually break my fast with a carnivore bar at lunch, because I just do a quick eat that and keep right on working, just, and it doesn't, that way it doesn't slow me down, keep moving. But
We're built for work.
Mhm.
We're born for work.
Yeah.
We're marketed into, oh, you need to take a vacation, you need to rest, you need to slow down.
Mhm.
Where is that? Whoa, like what other animals says, oh, I got to work in order to retire and rest.
Yeah. Usually when you stop working and just start sitting around is usually at the very end where you're going to your final resting place.
That's the time. I always say, when I'm dead, plenty of time to rest. While I'm alive, get up early, go to bed early. If you wake up, get up and do something. And this idea that you must get, I mean, how many hours of sleep must we get every night? Where's it written, Dr. Nelson, that you must get this? Who made that one up?
Interesting. I don't think I ever saw my father sleeping.
Yeah, because you were, right. You got up, he was already up. You went to bed, he didn't go to bed yet. And that is this idea that we're writing all these scientific isms, which is just isming us into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the new scientific study is out. Like, really? I mean, for how many thousands of years have we taken hormone replacement? Are we being sold on that too?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
unlikely.
Some people have strong beliefs around that.
Don't they? Yes. And be the hunter, not the hunted.
Mm-hmm.
It's what this is about. We got to go get some iguana.
Parking lot talk.
Right?
I don't know about iguana. I had to sacrifice myself yesterday, and we were having some Wagyu short ribs. yesterday for
Oh,
dinner. I
how
had 7
yummy.
people here, except one person. Everybody else was eating some beef short ribs
Sounds
from
delicious.
3C Jopa.
But you didn't?
Short ribs.
It wasn't me, the one person.
Oh.
I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
like all the fat, like you got to eat all the fat, right? And rare to raw is the very best. Again, we just, but we do like the fire, and we like to come around the I'm gonna call it the campfire, but it's the place we all come around because we share stories. And Rebecca Johnson and I were talking yesterday, and we have stories we're telling. And what is the right story? You know, we got all these infinite stories. Maybe that's the part we're missing. The science is not it's not a story. It's supposed to be a factual, data-driven. But since we've got into the data monging, we've gotten sicker. And the Bibles of the world are our culture. And okay, we started eating plants probably because we were the apex predator, which pretty much cleared away all the animals that we naturally hunted and evolved with. But the true predator of the world,
Are these real or are they plastic?
don't know. Don't know. They're very real. They're very real because, but you know, again, we live in a very artificial world, don't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Made up.
Is made up, and you know, this is such a change. But you know, the science of eating meat, Dr. Nelson? What is complicated about that?
Not complicated at all. We've been eating for thousands of years something that all of a sudden for the past 100 years or 200 years causing disease, and it didn't before. So it's very strange. I'll sacrifice myself, though I'll keep testing the theory. And I still have some strip take before I leave for the airport waiting for me.
Kimberly Morrow, that's how I found Carnivore. I didn't believe our creator made us to need hormone replacement therapy. This is a really good book, The Slow Moon Climbs. It's a good one for everyone. Talks about our ancestral nature, and hormone replacement therapy isn't natural. Now, that doesn't mean you don't choose to use it. I'm not telling you not to. Men and women, by the way, you choose, not me. But maybe inflammation from a plant protein, low animal fat diet is our biggest problem. We'll put a link to this, get it in our stuff. But it is kind of very crazy concept and idea. I mean, really, in some way, we're evangelists for our ancient truth and our ancient nature. And agriculture was good and bad in the sense that it put us in an environment of consuming foods that were highly inflammatory, but they're highly addictive. Heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, caffeine come from plants. Mm-hmm. It's hard to be a lion, but if you feed a lion or a wolf plants, they become domesticated dogs and cats. I mean, really, this is just a massive domestication. Is it not?
Yeah.
How are the questions coming here today?
We got some. This is from Barb, no carb Barb. Hi, Earl.
Hey, Barb.
I know you travel a lot for work. How do you stay carnivore on the road?
It's actually not that hard, and not as hard as I thought it would be. Usually I go to the grocery store, get some meat there, or then I've gone I can find, you can always find something at a restaurant, like even McDonald's, you don't get the quarter-pound patties, just eat the patty.
Yeah.
I've gone to Applebee's and they have some actually pretty good hamburgers there. I was kind of surprised, just their meat patties. They got it for me. You know, of course they asked some questions, but I did the Carry Man at Texas Roadhouse the one time, got their salad without the lettuce. The first 2 times they still brought lettuce out with it. They didn't understand. I just wanted the eggs and the cheese. And they figured this out. It's like, you said you want it? No, that's all I want is the eggs and the cheese and some bacon. You know, don't need the rest of it. But okay. But yeah.
Nature's toilet paper.
Yeah.
Salad. You
I
can't touch it off.
A few days ago, I got some McDonald's beef patties for Nelly, and she wanted some cheese on it. But just the patty, though, San Diego, it was $3 a piece, which is the most I've paid anywhere. But
Oh, wow.
Well, you know, the best way to eat on the road when you can't find what you need to eat,
you don't eat.
you don't eat. The beauty of a wolf, a lion, and many carnivores, they go days and weeks without food.
Yeah.
And again, like if the right food's not there, they're not munching on grass. You know, like a herd of lions eating grass. Ever heard that?
No.
Nope. But another great way is biltong, which is basically you slice up your meat, you dry age it yourself, and then you put it in a baggie, a sack, or whatever, glass jar or something. You take it on the road if that's what you want. But the very best way to why do we get fat? Because it's the only fuel. The food in your stomach is not the fuel until it's been converted to fat in the liver, or it is fat and it's taken up into the lymphatics. So simple. So simple.
Yeah, the carnivore bar also helped with that. But yeah, it also just amazes me too is I didn't realize how often I would eat, but now I see all of my coworkers that they eat on the way to the job. You get to the job and they're hungry an hour after you're there. Then they want to eat some more, and then they want to. And at noon, 11:30 noon, I'm hungry. I got to eat. I'm like, well, go eat, but get back to work then when you're done. But, I can go all day without eating if I need to. So,
well, how do you feel after you've eaten food?
Usually sluggish.
Sluggish and tired. That's why the best only meal I do is at night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way to live. And Dr. Nelson couldn't find food for 22 days. Remarkable. He was in a food desert. No food for 22 days.
Even though I did go to Las Vegas and Montello during those 22 days.
Absolutely. So really, when you're the lion, you are the strength and the symbol of that strength, and you can do anything. This is a mind game, a mindset. The more we say, "Oh, I can't do this," you're right. The more, "Oh, this is easy," rock on, right? What's Tina have to say?
It's amazing how many times people eat in the day. I've definitely noticed since becoming carnivore.
And they also drink fluids all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like even going the day without drinking so much water or whatever you're drinking, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And it's usually caffeinated or, the energy drink and all that stuff too. It's usually nothing that's good for your body.
That's right. Hold 24 has a question. I'm doing meat and eggs. I do have a Diet Coke every now and then. Is this going to drastically change my results?
Change
A
what?
lot better than rice and beans and potatoes.
Change what result?
The carnivore result.
I mean, it's Coke is a fake food. Diet Coke's fake food. I mean, it's, from time to, I don't know what time to time means. Every now and then. Is that like once a month? You're look good. We breathe air. We drink the fluids. We live in our cities and wherever you're at. It's all has some risk. All has some risk. Now, here's interesting. So I'm getting a heart CT scan. Hopefully it proves them wrong about my high cholesterol. I feel great. Well, does being carnivore mean you're not going to get heart disease, Dr. Nelson?
Absolutely not. And you don't know if what you have gotten for 50, 60 years, that now being carnivore even a few years doesn't mean you're not going to have any damage.
Right.
But very often, recently had someone, I don't know if the person is here today, but very high cholesterol, CAC score 0. And the doctor still told her that, yeah, but you still have some risk, so we might have to give you statins.
Well, is a CAC score of 0 mean you won't get a heart attack?
Doesn't mean you're not going to die at some point
Well,
for
but
some reason either.
It doesn't mean right
But-
on. So, that's the other part. You're right. You're not going to get a heart attack, but what
You may actually still.
100. So, what medical test would you bet $1 million on? The test means you won't get the disease or die within a month, 2 or 5 years or 10 years.
There's no guarantees on anything.
So, are we just selling more testing when, in fact, we haven't shown any test yet in science and medicine that will give you? I mean, it's sort of like go to Vegas.
So she's here. She outed herself. I was talking about Diane Ladd. Her CAC score was 0.
Right. But again, these tests have not been proven to mean what they say they do. Sorry.
Well, everything we do in the examining room is try to guess what your risk is.
Try to guess what your risk is. That is a really good statement.
But there's no guarantees. There's no.
But there isn't, and that's part of. I mean, since we've implemented all these diagnostic tests, the cost of healthcare has gone where? Up and up and up, and our health continues to decline in the sense of we need more doctors, drugs, dissections to allow us to live longer in memory care homes. Meaning that they're still giving us more drugs to enable us to live longer. Is that what it's meant to be?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm just talking. I don't know what I'm talking about usually, right? Dr. Nelson. The energy I have to work, physically love this way of eating.
Awesome.
Way
Thanks, Susan. I was going to say Shannon.
The way of living, right? It's such an amazing thing. But let's all get a CT angiogram, a CAC score also, and now the amount of money we spend on that, have we shown that it's going to change your outcome, Dr. Nelson?
No.
No. No.
Again, it may inform us of some risk that you may have. Even if you have a high risk of something, doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Right, but wouldn't you just know? I mean, what's the leading cause of death in the world of humans?
Heart disease.
Heart disease. So we're finding, what is the single leading lifestyle intervention that enables us to live happier, longer, healthier? I don't know which is the right one. Do we know that, Dr. Nelson? Earl? Alia?
No.
Right. Bill?
I don't.
Keto Carnivore? Cypher 9? Anthony? What is it?
I know for me, I just want a better quality of life, and I've spent 40 years.
There you go.
A lot of the wrong
There you go.
stuff into it that now I just want to have better quality of life to finish out the rest of my life. And if I have something happen I ain't gonna blame it on what I'm eating now because I feel the best that I ever have in my life. And it's like I know it's gonna be I still have healing to do, but it's gonna take time. It took me 40 years to get to this point. It's not gonna come off in 2 years. 3
We
years.
spend millions and millions of dollars every day
Mhm.
on longevity studies, and hey, I like science just as much as the next guy, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna have an impact because who will ever know if they lived one day longer than where they were supposed to because of something they did?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, how do you prove that?
Longevity science. It's answer a question to longevity. It always gets right down to the Bible. We get down to the basics, right?
This is a great comment. Leading cause of death, being born in a body. You'll get there
it sounds
eventually.
silly, but the leading cause of death is being alive.
I just want to. I apologize to the tribe. I'm having trouble with my iPad and getting KMT live, so I'm not doing the KMT separate. Hopefully by next week I'll have it back and running. So sorry, all.
All right, here we go. Next question. Oh, I can read this. Aspartame gets stored in the meninges of the brain and spine, and it causes brain fog, forgetfulness, memory loss, and it takes months for it to be processed out of the body. Aspartame is in Diet Coke, correct?
Yeah, I think the point is it's any of these plant sugars, the fake sugars, but they're all plant substances, they're chemicals. There's some adverse effects to all these things, but breathing air, drinking water, and living with another human being are kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Nelly. Be careful, Nelly.
She's sleeping.
Yeah.
On the aspartame issue, by the way, it is all plants, but there are some at least versus the issue of some of them are completely artificial, man-made, and some other ones are more natural. But they're not good.
How many living in a dwelling that human being, no other animal. Well, I guess if you dig a hole, you make a nest. There's some dwellings by other animals, but there's a lot of things we do, like a car, a train, a plane. These are all harmful ideas.
And yet you fly your own plane.
I want to control the risk.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
As much as I can. But I have faith in God, and when he says it's time, it's time. I have no qualms to that one. I'm all good with that.
Let's take we got a bunch of questions here, so maybe we run through
Let's
them
get
real
some
quick.
questions.
Go ahead.
Cam's dad, we're built for work or perhaps survival and reproduction. Dr.
Well, without work, there is no survival and reproduction. It takes work. Mm-hmm. The muscle, everyone's like claiming just eat protein or build your muscle. No, do work. Just do work. Move. Like protein, no animal eats protein. They eat either animals or plants or something in between, insects. But basically, high protein diet is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Dumb.
North Dakota Carnivore. He's wearing a Body by Bacon shirt in his picture, by the way. After I came off my blood pressure meds and lost about 50 pounds, my wife finally started eating carnivore and reversed her type 2 diabetes. Congratulations.
Awesome.
This is for Dr. Nelson. What about this one? Bill Cook 411. Is ketoacidosis only a concern for type 2 diabetes?
Nope.
Okay. That was a fast answer. This is for Dr. Kiltz. JJ's son. Can strict carnivore and high fat cure PCOS?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome, also known as plant-caused ovarian sickness. a fatty meat, rare to raw diet is the healthiest thing for all and all diseases, including PCOS, endometriosis, endometritis, uterine fibroids, adenomyosis. Oh, let's see, arthritis, psoriasis, kidney stones, migraines are plant, low animal fat diet diseases. That's it. So if we just go to the natural, ancient hunter-gatherer, or maybe a hunter scavenger is a better one. That's who we probably really were more than anything. But fatty meat, salt water, heals all.
All right, there we go. Earl, where do you find your core strengths?
My core strength, I'm not sure. My faith in God is one of the things, like for mentally, is just through my faith in God and the Bible, and then just learning every day. But yeah, other than that, I'm not sure, unless you meant physically, I'm not sure I have that much core strength, but
maybe that's what we meant, your spiritual, mental core strength.
yeah. Okay, yeah, so in God is the reason I had hope before Carnivore. I managed to go as long as I did with the depression and the anxiety that I did have, that I didn't realize was that until after it went away. So other than that, yeah.
Well, all disease, including depression, anxiety, suicidality, criminality, psychosis, schizophrenia, is secondary to a deadly human diet, which is plant-based. I mean, ultimately, the powers that be, think about the Seventh-day Adventist Church or what is it? You know, they're basically, the story is stay away from fatty raw meat. Cause you to masturbate. No, it won't. It'll cause you to be the master of your life. And you get rid of depression, anxiety. But when you eat cereals, which they own the largest cereal companies, right? The religious corporations. I'm Christian, Catholic. I'm all for the culture we've developed through our faith in God. But ultimately, the corporations have basically corrupted us and told us not to eat raw fatty meat, which cures. I saw something about manic depression, ADHD, OCD. I mean, all the things we're all suffering from is brain damage. And it's not the mitochondria. It's every single organelle of the cell. Which I'm saying it's energy. ATP, you have plenty of it. It's damaging everything of your body. And definitely, what should you eat every day?
Meat and raw meat.
and think about it. Many of the meats that are eaten are dry aged. They sit out on the counter and they've been dry aging forever. You slice them up. I found a package of ground beef that somehow fell out of a package into the couch downstairs in my basement. It's been there for at least 3 months. There was no mold on it. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the truth that we're basically lied to, or it's because it's not even a lie. It's cognizant dissonance. Is that the right word, Dr. Nelson? You believe one thing, but the opposite is true. Gary Taubes was one that really sparked that for me, and ultimately, you know.
And this is why so many people continue to believe one way, even in the face of being shown the opposite, and it's just they can't process it. They have cognitive dissonance,
brain damage, because it's kind of like a truth serum, right? We're going to inject the truth serum. What you're doing is the plants contain heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, caffeine, other substances that are mind altering. Plus, they ferment in the gut, and fermentation in the gut makes alcohol, which is also mind manipulative. And really, it is so simple. Next question.
Lexi has a
Lexi.
question.
Do you want to answer this one, Dr. Nelson? What do you think? My
Go
sister's
ahead and read it.
Okay, my sister's bipolar and currently having a manic episode. How long does it take for high-fat carnivore to help? She can barely eat.
All right. So, manic episode really is an emergency, and you have to use whatever the doctor says. But as soon as you can start eating fatty meat, it will be helpful. Now, I can't put a pinpoint in time. You know, it's going to take 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 months. But certainly, we are seeing almost I call them miracles, basically, with bipolar illness, schizophrenia, all these things. Yesterday, we had Emily Penton in the live at 3 p.m. Bipolar illness, multiple sclerosis, all signs that existed are gone.
Eat the fat. Critical. Eat the fatty meat, and you probably want to do it before you listen to the doctor. And I've been accused of manic depression in my life, and I would say it's just my energy of life. And creativity is through BU, but drugs, alcohol are made in the gut via the plants and the microbes that are there. Next question.
The next question is, Dr. Nelson, Earl, is the best test, how do you feel? Like, is that the test? How you feel? How do you feel?
No, it's not actually.
It's not.
It's how you think. Every thought creates a feeling and an emotion. That's why the Bibles of the world and many of the new age thinking ideas, but the word, every word you think creates electromolecular energetic motion, which creates your emotions. And you feel as you think you feel. That's why you always start, I feel healthy and well.
Yeah. And we have the choice and the option to decide. The circumstances might not change, but we can also make it good or bad by how we think about it or how we respond to it.
You could still buy Christ-based teachings on Thrifty Books or Amazon, but I'm working to get it published, republished, because it's only used. The price is being jacked up because I bought all of them. They know Kiltz is going to buy another one at $65.
Who owns the right? That's a very old book. Is it not public domain?
No, it is not public domain because it's still a copyright. It's 76. There's some rules that it's still there, but it is what it is. Okay, so gaining weight is kind of like losing weight. Neither are necessary in the moment. All you need to do is eat the fatty meat and stop eating the plants and all the energy drinks and all the yickety yak, in my opinion. Keto, deadly. Keto stuff, nah. Nope. Fatty meat, butter. The
only time I can't control what I think is when I'm sleeping and I still have a dream.
I control my thoughts in dream all the time because I precast my thoughts for the dreams. And so maybe you can control them. And I don't label a nightmare ever. I just label a journey. Remember, you're on the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell. If you haven't read Joseph Campbell, you must. This is all a hero's journey. And if you're in the fires of life, let it burn, baby.
Burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
We'll take this last question from Lexi.
Next question. Oh, I'm sorry. I hit that button. Next question.
Next one?
That one. It's
that one. Oh, okay.
Last.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're also worried about her mania getting worse when first starting carnivore. Any tips?
Go carnivore and give support, not worry. Yeah. You want to give the wonder. Like we're all again, oh, I'm worried about this. Well, then that's what you see. But you have to go through the hardship. Come together. We're all warriors. We're warriors, not worriers. We're helping our brothers and sisters, but you got to go through the fires and the flames in order to see the strength. What is it? You put the metal in the fire in order to strengthen it. So carnivore. That's it.
Chuck has a question. I'm occasional pasteurized dairy, can't find raw in my area. What are the side effects if pasteurized dairy all the time? Is it just empty nutrition?
Look stop worrying about this same stuff, right? Enjoy the fatty meat, I do cream and butter and cheese, and I don't worry about these things, right?
That's right.
If as long as you're at least in the carnivore space, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, salt, do some cream. I think you're okay, cream and butter, but it's not empty nutrition, but it's not as good as the raw stuff, raw meat, raw milk. But I don't drink milk. Milk is for a baby from a breast.
Yes. And he can get raw dairy if he would like from Miller's Biofarms. They ship all over the U.S.
So you can get who is that from again? You want to put that in the chat?
Yeah, Miller's Biofarms.
They ship.
They ship all over the U.S.
For your cats and dogs at home, by the way.
They can't ship it to you. They ship it to your cats and dogs.
Right. Remember, cats and dogs are ancient lions and wolves that have been domesticated. You are but a domesticated animal.
Charles Rigsby would like to know how much weight did Dr. Nelson lose on his 1,000
I guess it's
fast?
asking on the fast.
Yeah.
I do know the number, but if you do any prolonged fasting, you probably regain at least half of that, if not more, of the weight loss. But 22 days, I lost 17
days. I lost 10, and I'm already back to my 155. That's my lean body mass weight, and your body. Again, I could get down to 145, 135 if I wanted to, but I don't. Be happy where you're at. That's my motto in life.
Oh, don't worry, eat fatty. There you go.
What are you guys reading out there? What's inspiring you today? What books are you listening to? I've been listening to Sapien. That's really a great book. And I also listened to The Slow Moon Climbs. Another great book. The Alchemist, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Positive Thinking. Because it's not only what you put in your mouth, but it's what you put in your mind. The mind and the mouth.
I found in my public library, I borrow it virtually, book that I'm going to take on the plane today. It's called Daily Inspirations.
Oh, that's a good one.
Some unknown or better known author. Something Kiltz.
Yeah.
All right.
I also found Living Your Best Life.
This is an important question from Rick. Why would anyone drink things other than water?
Good question.
Well, we fly airplanes, we drive cars, ride bikes, we live in a house. We have a luxury lifestyle, right? That's part of our problem, right?
That is part of the problem. Oh, I love this from Susie Sky. Since I read Dr. Kiltz's Living Your Best Life book and improved my mindset, all kinds of great things have been happening in our lives. I love that. I love that.
And it really is, you know, of all the things you can do is the mind is the master, and all you need to do is change the thought to change the direction of your life. And that's the one part in this, and it's scientific, by the way, because thoughts create electromolecular energy that change the outer picture.
Claire has a question for you, Dr. Kiltz or Dr. Nelson. Do we lose muscle if we go beyond a 3-day fast? Some influencers say we do. Are you losing the intramuscular fat?
Yeah. So if you look at, again, bears hibernate 6 months, they lose no muscle mass or bone mass. You do use your intramuscular fat or your intraosseous fat or your visceral fat. There's nothing your body makes that is harmful for you. It doesn't make like LDL, HDL, VLDL, and all these apolipoproteins or the visceral fat. Those are not in and of themselves products of your normal body harming you. The harm is because of the glycation or oxidative damage that happens. But basically, I mean, how does a muscle builder get ready for their show, right? They got to get rid of their subcutaneous fat in order to show the muscles that are already there. Mm-hmm. It really is kind of a simple but complicated science, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Next question.
I think it's just a question about dens. Isn't a den an animal home?
Hit the button while you do the question. Thanks, Alia. Alia's amazing. What's the question?
Isn't a den an animal home? What animal runs to get to a different location?
Well, runs to get to different locations. What was that? Like,
yeah,
I mean, rabbits.
Rabbits do.
I mean, ultimately, we all have some shelter of some sort. But ultimately, you know, our biggest problem is a low animal fat diet and a cooked meat diet. That's probably our leading cause of our problem. Because when you cook meat, what happens to the fat?
You cook the fat off.
It's rendered. It's gone.
Yeah.
Earl, Sandra, I just want to say, Sandra, congratulations. Yay. Email me, alia@drkiltz.com.
Dr. Nelson, have you seen this one? This is the first one.
Hold on.
This is the first one.
What I see the word intent. I don't see
the art of living.
Yeah, I was looking just at the cover yesterday. That
it's just my fun.
I was going to ask you if we have it available.
It's available on Amazon.
Yep. I'll send it to you, Dr. Nelson.
I had a dream last night.
Speaking of dreams, yes. Oh wow!
But I didn't.
What?
I lived, and it was a very interesting. I controlled the dream, and so this is the little sort of. It was a ton of fun. I remember much of it actually, and again it was very surreal in our ability to control our thoughts. And this is where meditation, prayer, visualization comes in. And before you go to sleep, you visualize the dream and the direction you want to go. And then it's going to play with you, but you can play with it.
That's interesting.
You have to die to live. You ever heard that? You have to die. You have to allow to die the old you to live in the new you.
I believe it 100%.
But the concept of die is a mindset game, right?
Yeah.
Earl, anything else you want to share or ask before we sign off for the day?
Nothing I can think of. It's been a privilege to be here with you guys. And it's been fun.
Where is it that you live, Earl?
I live in Ohio, Northeast Ohio.
All right.
Town
So
called-
we'll be seeing you this weekend, huh?
Yep, I'll be there.
Ribs. Or is it fat? Is it just fat?
It's short ribs.
Short ribs. Before we press the button and end, do you want us to answer this question, Dr. Nelson or Dr. Kills? How do we know if we're eating enough fat? Should we be eating a certain amount of grams? I feel like I'm eating more protein than fat.
I know his answer. Eat the fatty meat.
Eat the fatty meat. Make sure you're eating fatty cuts of meat.
Eat the fatty meat. There isn't nobody knows that right answer, by the way. But technically, if you only ate the white stuff, you actually would be probably healthier than you've ever known. Because in the raw adipose tissue is every mineral, vitamin, amino acid, simple sugar, glycan, and fatty acid, and cholesterol. And so ultimately, if a bear loses only its adipose tissue, it must be the adipose tissue provided everything they needed in order to survive for 6 months and build baby bears. And so, gee, is there a scientific number that we can be solid on, Dr. Nelson?
And by the way, it's not only one bear. Sometimes there are 3 or 4.
Four, right?
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And I'm sure they're not the same either. Everybody's different.
Yep. Just
It minutely different.
Yeah.
Like really, ultimately, the universe is just, another human being. Oh my God. You guys don't this yet. Another Dr. Nelson, another Kiltz, another Earl, and another Alia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been lovely. We'll see you all Monday.
Yeah,
See you
guys.
Monday
We'll see you Saturday
at Ohio.
in Ohio, and be there. And Dr. Nelson does a live interview Tuesday, Thursday at 3 p.m.
3
Eastern time.
p.m. Yeah.
And we're on 6 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday.
That's
And
right.
if you would like to be on the show, we invite everyone to be part of this. And
Email Alia at drkills.com.
then,
That's right.
and when's Rick's live, by the way?
When are we getting Rick? Oh, Rick Rodriguez is live on Saturday morning. What, at 8 a.m.?
8 a.m. Eastern time. All right.
Yeah.
And
All
then,
day.
And then he goes on most of the day sometimes.
yeah, and then I know, all of us, and listen, we want everyone to be part of KMT, and we want a list of whenever you're on your lives. We want to I want to get the guide where everyone's at in the carnivore world, the keto carnivore world. Can we add that to our list, Miss Alia?
Sure. Just send me an email. I'll get it added to a list. I can do posts.
You want me to
about
send
it.
an email to you?
No, these people in the chat.
No, but again, look at this is how we're growing the community of you're perfect the way you are. I don't care your size, shape, age, weight, gender, religion, or your food style. Bye, all. I'm
Bye,
going to go to Albany.
everybody.
I'm going to Albany.
Goodbye.
Bye.